I have seen Azim speak at the Association for Global New Thought conference, which is hosted people from all over the world. I've seen him speak at our own Agape International Spiritual Center. I've seen him speak at a venue in San Diego with a number of people there. I've seen him speak in a number of venues. Everything. At this time in human history, where when you read the newspaper, there's tremendous violence, tremendous hate crimes, bigotry, racism, things of that particular nature. The message that he has for this time is right for this time. Not only is it the right message, but he's also one of the right messengers, because he's absolutely practiced the art and the science of forgiveness. He has the ability to articulate what it really is, and then he has the ability to inspire individuals to take the steps necessary to not only embody forgiveness, but to live it, so that lives are transformed. So it's not just empty calories of theory. It's the real nutrition of someone who's living this life. He did a workshop here at Agape International, and the people that took the workshop came up to me afterwards and thanked me for bringing him. Many of them had been struggling with forgiveness. They had worked on forgiving things for months and years, and he brought in the right ingredient with his own consciousness, his personal experience that he went through with the death of his son, that really moved people over to the other side. They no longer had any excuse to hold on to the baggage of unforgiveness after sitting in his presence and languaging it the way he did. They were transformed. What most people forget when they think about corporate America is that corporate America is made up of human beings. It's not mere technology. It's not simply profit being the bottom line. These are men and women that are going to a place of employment a minimum of 8 hours a day, which means that most of the time, some very valuable time is spent with other human beings that have a very similar focus. And so these principles of forgiveness, these principles of mediation, these principles of working together harmoniously are extremely necessary in light of the fact that when an individual is putting so much time in a particular focus, we have to begin to bring in these kind of humanizing and spiritual values, even though the corporate model bespeaks of profit being the bottom line. In reality, you're dealing with human beings, and we need a birth of spiritual values, not religious values, spiritual values, that as an individual becomes better spiritually, values that are engage the highest and best within an individual. Corporations can only improve with that kind of individual and with these kind of spiritual technologies. Yeah. I not only would endorse this kind of activity within corporate America, it's more than endorsement. It's necessary. If individuals are really going to be viable in the next century, they're going to have to bring in this type of teaching and this kind of these kind of values. Yeah. The thing about corporate America and bringing in the individual, Azim, his caliber of teaching. First of all, he was a financial banker. I mean, he financial investment individual, and has the value system of a Gandhi. You know, so when you match someone who's actually been in banking, been in investments, been in money, at the same time has married the values of a higher order of being, you have the right person at the right time to deliver a message for corporate America. So in thinking about and contemplating the TKF Foundation, oftentimes people indicate that the children represent the next generation of the future. I take a different point of view on that. I say they're their now generation. And we need to, in this moment, begin to bring into their mind's eye value system, a focus, a vision, possibilities that they can begin to carry, begin to embody, begin to articulate so that they can begin now to describe the life that they want to live, and the life in a way that they can begin to participate in something larger than themselves. So this foundation not only brings the abatement of violence and gang influence and guns, but it brings to them a whole possibility of how they can begin to live their life, not in the future, but how they can begin to live their life right now, which will of course turn into a bright and shining future. So this foundation is extremely important for this time in history for our children. And I applaud it, I endorse it, and I invite all those who would be a part of this to say yes to it. As most of you know, that the first book that Azim did was From Murder to Forgiveness. Powerful, powerful book. If you hadn't read it, I definitely encourage you to do so. But the second book, From Forgiveness to Fulfillment, takes it to a whole nother level. And forgiveness being, the basic beginning stages, steps that we have to take in order to find dimensions of our own soul that we may have been disenfranchised from. But this fulfillment piece, I think, is very important, because we're here to live a very fulfilling life. We're here to share our gifts, talents, capacities, powers that are within every human being that arrives here on planet Earth. So the second book, I'm privileged to say that I'll be able to write the afterword to the book. Marianne Williamson is writing the foreword. I'm writing the afterword. The content in between is off the chart, and I'm just privileged to even be a part of it.